Analysts say it's now a certainty that SARS will miss its collection target yet again. Last year, the Revenue Service missed its target by 57 billion rand. This, coupled with increased spending on state-owned entities like Eskom, is likely to see the budget deficit widen to around 6%. South Africa's per capita economic growth remains negative, with the economy expected to grow by less than 1% this year, while the population has grown by 1.6%. Corporate tax has plummeted over the last few years, and the recent increase in VAT is failing to close the gap.
We have to go and collect extra taxes, and that's the problem. So those extra taxes are more than likely to come from personal income tax, which is also a very high burden already.
Schuessler says taxpayers are already paying more tax. This after government has deliberately not adjusted tax brackets to cater for inflation.
And that means more of their money goes to the taxman rather than being able to spend on the same things that they could before. So effectively they're getting poorer, and it's like as if a magic wand appeared called inflation and helps government but punishes the working class.
He says government has raised 12 billion rand doing this. Given the dire financial position the country is in, how will Finance Minister Tito Mboweni finance this deficit? Schuessler says Mboweni can either increase taxes, cut spending, use our pension funds through prescribing assets, privatize some SOEs, or borrow from the IMF.
But you increase taxes, every taxpayer in the country will be screaming. You bring down salaries or less people in the government service, and that will be a big problem. And then you look at prescribed assets. You're looking at 11 to 12 million people that belong to a pension fund in one way or another, and they will not be happy. Then going to the IMF, certainly the unions won't like that, and certainly many of the government departments will not like the decisions that the IMF makes. Privatizing, certainly the unions won't like that, and it's not government policy.
He says it can't be business as usual and tough decisions have to be made. Dimakatso Leshuru, Johannesburg.